What if I told you that in the 12th century, two children appeared out of nowhere in an English village, with skin as green as spring leaves, speaking no known language, and claiming to come from a twilight world underground? This isn't science fiction. This is a real historical account, documented by not one, but two respected medieval chroniclers. Welcome to Archives of the Impossible, where we peel back the layers of forgotten history to explore mysteries that defy logic. Today, we unravel the chilling, enigmatic story of the Green Children of Woolpit, a case that blends folklore, unexplained phenomena, and just maybe a brush with the otherworldly. Let's set the stage. The year is roughly 1150 AD, and England is in the midst of a civil war known as the Anarchy, a brutal conflict between King Stephen and Empress Matilda. Chaos reigns across the land. But in the sleepy village of Woolpit, nestled in the lush countryside of Suffolk, life trudges along quietly. The village takes its name from deep wolf pits dug to trap wild animals threatening livestock, a common practice in medieval England. It was during harvest time when the strange encounter occurred. Reapers working the fields saw something that made them freeze in their tracks. Two children standing near the edge of a wolf pit, a boy and a girl, around 5 to 7 years old. They looked human, mostly, but there were key differences. Their skin had a distinct green tint, described by witnesses as leafy or vegetal. Their clothing was made of a strange material, unlike anything the villagers had seen, neither wool nor linen. And most unsettling of all, they spoke an unrecognizable language, full of sounds no one understood. The villagers, bewildered but compassionate, brought the children to the home of a local landowner, Sir Richard de Calne. They were weak, frightened, and seemingly refused all food. For days they ate nothing, turning away from bread, meat, and cooked vegetables. It was only when someone brought them raw, broad beans that the children eagerly ate. According to the chronicler William of Newburgh, the children would eat nothing that was given to them until they saw raw beans, which they seized with avidity. Over the following weeks, the children gradually adjusted. Their diets expanded, their health improved, and slowly, their green pigmentation began to fade, until their skin took on a more typical human tone. But their strangeness didn't end there. Unfortunately, the boy never fully recovered. He appeared more frail, more sensitive to food and light. Within a few months of arriving in Woolpit, he fell gravely ill and died. The girl, however, survived. She thrived. And in time, she learned to speak English. And when she finally could communicate, her story stunned everyone. She said they came from a place called St. Martin's Land. According to her account, it was a subterranean country, bathed in perpetual twilight. The sun never fully shone. Instead, there was a dim, greenish light, as if it were always dusk. Everyone in their land was green-skinned, and they all lived underground. She described how they were herding their father's cattle when they heard a strange bell-like sound coming from a cave. Curious, they followed the sound and entered the cavern. They walked and walked until they emerged into blinding sunlight and were immediately discovered by the reapers in Woolpit. But now, they were trapped. They couldn't find their way back. This tale was not just folklore passed around by locals. It was recorded by two respected historians of the time, William of Newburgh, 1136 to 1298, in his work, Historia Rerum Anglicarum. Ralph of Coggeshall, an abbot who wrote Chronicon Anglicanum. These men weren't known for exaggeration or fantasy. Their inclusion of the story lends it an air of credibility that continues to baffle historians. But what could explain such a bizarre case? Many skeptics have tried to rationalize the tale. Theory 1. Chlorosis, green sickness. A form of iron deficiency anemia that can cause the skin to take on a greenish tint, often seen in malnourished children. As they were fed properly, their skin would normalize. This fits. Theory 2. Flemish immigrants. Some historians believe the children were orphans of Flemish settlers who were persecuted during the reign of King Stephen. The Flemish language might have sounded foreign, their clothes strange. Saint Martin could refer to a monastery or region near where they lived. Theory 3. Hallucination or medieval myth. It's possible the story was symbolic or allegorical, used by the church to reinforce certain moral teachings. The green skin could have been metaphorical for paganism or outsiders. All reasonable until you hear the next theories. Now we're entering the archives of the impossible. Theory 4. A parallel dimension. Some speculate the children came from a different plane of reality. The cave may have been a portal or gateway. Their world, always in twilight, may suggest a universe with different physics or a different sun. Theory 5. Alien visitors. The green skin, a different biology. The strange language, not of this earth. The beans, perhaps the only food remotely similar to what they ate on their planet. Did the children arrive via a crash landing, or were they left behind accidentally? Some theorists have pointed out similarities between this tale and modern alien abduction narratives, including memory loss, strange geography, and sudden appearances. The girl, as she matured, was baptized and given the name Agnes. She reportedly worked for Richard de Caen for many years, and later married a man from King's Lynn. Some even claim she married into nobility, but she never forgot her origins. Though her skin turned to a normal hue and she spoke fluent English, her stories never changed, and she never found a way back to St. Martin's Land. So what are we left with? A case documented by credible medieval historians, involving green-skinned children from a twilight world who emerged from a cave, only to vanish into history. Are they the stuff of myth, survivors of tragedy, or something much stranger? The truth may never be known, but their story remains, echoing across time like the sound of distant bells from an unknown world. If you enjoyed this journey into the impossible, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Because here at Archives of the Impossible, we never stop asking questions.